You walk into a store, same brand, same packaging, same price, or sometimes higher. The cane disappears faster. The cereal box feels lighter. The chips bag has more air in it. The toilet paper roll finishes sooner. Then you notice something strange. That drink you always bought, it used to be 12 ounces, now it's 10. But the price? Exactly the same, or even double. And that's when you realize, you're quietly being charged more, for less. And the craziest part, most people never notice it happening. Because while everyone is busy watching prices go up, companies found a smarter way to make more money while serving less. It changed supermarkets around the world. It's called shrinkflation. And once you see it, you'll never shop the same way again. Part 1. The disappearing products. So how did people first start noticing shrinkflation? Imagine, it's Friday evening. You stop by the supermarket after work. You grab your favorite snacks, toothpaste, cereal, maybe some toilet paper. Everything feels normal, until one day, you open a bag of chips and half the bag is air. You pour cereal into a bowl, and somehow the box empties days earlier than usual. You finish a roll of toilet paper faster than before. Individually, these moments seem small, but together, they reveal something much bigger. Companies around the world have been shrinking products while keeping prices nearly identical. And most consumers don't catch it immediately because the packaging often looks almost identical. Only the quantity changes. Maybe from 500 grams to 450. Maybe from 12 ounces to 10. Tiny reductions designed to go unnoticed. And that's exactly the point. Because companies know something fascinating about human psychology. People notice price increases far faster than size reductions. If a bag of chips suddenly jumps from $3 to $5, customers get angry, but reduce the amount inside slightly. Most people won't even realize it, at least not immediately. And that's how shrinkflation became one of the most powerful pricing strategies in modern business. Part 2. Why companies do this. The answer lies in psychology. Companies aren't shrinking products just for fun, but behind the scenes, their costs have exploded. Raw materials became more expensive, transportation costs surged, fuel prices increased, factories faced labor shortages, global supply chains broke apart. Everything started costing more, and businesses had two choices: raise prices directly, or secretly reduce quantity. And for many companies, the second option felt safer. Because direct price increases create immediate backlash. Consumers complain, sales drop, people switch brands. But shrinkflation hides the pain. Your brain focuses more on the number on the price tag than the actual amount you're receiving. So even though you're technically paying more per ounce or per gram, it doesn't feel more expensive. That's why during periods of high inflation, shrinkflation spreads everywhere. And once companies realize consumers tolerate it, it becomes incredibly hard to reverse. Part 3. The part that makes people angry. Here's where things become frustrating. Most people assume once inflation slows down, products will return to normal sizes. But that rarely happens, because companies quickly discover something. Smaller sizes increase profit margins. So, instead of restoring the original product, they create a new version. Family size, party pack, mega roll, value edition, and suddenly, the old normal size becomes the new premium product. Think about toilet paper. Years ago, standard rolls were significantly larger than many of today's mega rolls. But companies changed the language. Now smaller rolls are labeled double, triple, or super mega, making consumers feel like they're getting more value. Snack brands have done the same thing. Chip bags became smaller over time. Then companies introduced party-size versions at much higher prices. The larger quantity that once felt standard became a premium upgrade. This is what makes shrinkflation so effective. Part 4. The real impact on ordinary people. This is where the shrinkflation starts becoming financially painful. For wealthy consumers, shrinkflation may feel annoying, but for millions of families, it genuinely hurts. Especially when it affects essentials: baby formula, medicine, cooking oil, bread, rice. Products people cannot simply stop buying. Families spend more money while receiving less value, and many people struggle to understand why their budget suddenly feels tighter every month. They blame themselves, but the reality is this: their money genuinely buys less than it used to, and the psychological effect goes even deeper.
Part 5. The hidden trick most people miss. The answer is surprisingly simple. Stop looking at the price. Start noticing unit price. And that difference matters enormously, because companies want you focused on the average, not the math. That bright packaging, those giant value labels, those limited edition stickers, they distract you from checking how much product you're actually getting. A smaller product with flashy branding can appear like a better deal, while secretly costing far more per gram or ounce. That's why smart shoppers compare unit pricing instead. Price per gram, price per liter, because that reveals the truth companies hope you ignore. Some stores have even started placing warning labels on products that recently shrank in size. But most consumers still miss them, and companies know that, because shrinkflation works best when nobody pays attention. The uncomfortable truth is inflation probably isn't going away. Even if inflation slows down, even if economies stabilize, many of these smaller product sizes will likely